Hello guys, now today I am in Kerbal space program, yay! So here we are launching a rocket. This is a rocket. So this rocket is gonna be going to the small moon, the very small moon of Eve called Gilly. This Gilly is very small, yes. So here we are now launching. I'm doing my gravity turn. It's not taking very much. Gravity turn generally at 10,000 meters. I'm gonna be at 10,000 meters. I'm gonna be at 45 degrees, and then I just keep this. Once I'm about a minute once I'm a minute from apoapsis, I'm gonna start pointing towards the prograde marker. So yeah, I'm launching this rocket to Gilly. Now, let's talk about Gilly. Gilly is probably the smallest moon in the game, Kerbal Space Program. Yeah, it's definitely the smallest in the game. It's Eve's moon. Gilly is Eve's moon. It is very small. It is thought to be like a captured asteroid, and it makes a lot of sense because Eve has a massive gravity well. It is humongous in gravity well, so it makes sense that. And also Gilly has a very elliptical orbit, and also has a very eccentric orbit. And it's also got a very tilted orbit, so it makes sense. Now let's get to Eve. Now I just plotted an Eve transfer window, or I don't know when. I'm just looking. I don't know, because I skipped the part where I just waited, because I feel like that was just extra time boring. So I just warped to a Eve transfer window, which is I think it's 50 degrees. If you draw a line between Kerbin, the sun, and Eve, the line this should make will have the angle this should be 50 degrees, with Eve being behind Kerbin. So yeah, it's most planets it's after Kerbin, but for some reason with Eve it's before Kerbin. So here I am plotting the maneuver node to Eve, which is it's pretty easy to get to Eve. Although it's not on the same plane as Kerbin, it's very, very close. So it is very, very close. Now, the thing about Eve is it's got a very big gravity well, as I said, which makes it very easy to get an encounter with. It's pretty trivial to get an encounter with. It is 11:11 a.m., so make a wish. That's what my mother told me, that if you have like two numbers like 11:11 a.m. or 22:22 or 11:11 p.m., she told me you should make a wish, because it's a special number. So I'm gonna make a wish that this video goes live without any problems, and it gets rendered in 1080p without any issues with the recording. So yay! I hope this wish is true. So now I'm going to Eve. I think I've got, of course I didn't get an encounter straight away for some reasons. I just needed to do a small inclination change and a small change on a small mid-course correction burn to get an Eve encounter, which is again very trivial. It's really easy to get an Eve encounter. I would recommend, as your first interplanetary mission, I would recommend sending a one-way Eve mission or Gilly. I wouldn't recommend Gilly as your first, but as your first interplanetary mission, I would recommend you do a one-way Eve mission. Basically, you send like a probe or something to land on Eve, because Eve has a very big gravity well, a very thick atmosphere, which makes it very easy to land on. But of course, the challenge with Eve is, because it has a very thick atmosphere, it is extremely difficult to leave Eve's atmosphere. Yeah, I've done that before, and it is really hard. It took me hours and hours of waiting and dying. Though, of course, if you don't have a soul, you could bring a kerbal, but I've got a soul. I'm a living being. Humans are living beings. I'm not a robot. Unless the person watching this video is a robot. Okay, let's not get into the deep, dark depth of robots. Let's keep with humans. So, of course, I've got a soul, so I'm just gonna bring... I've never actually done a one-way Eve mission, but yeah. Well, I remind the viewers at home, if it's your first ever interplanetary mission, then yeah, do this. Though here is my first interplanetary mission in the tech tree at the moment. I'm going to Gilly, and Gilly is a little bit... It's not tricky to get to, but it's got a special way of getting an encounter with. It's not difficult, it's just interesting. Like, it requires a different way of doing. So basically the way of doing it is you get an... let's wait until this point gets... Here I am, quick saving. I can't read what I just quick saved because the screen is really small and very blurry. The editing screen is very blurry and extremely small. So there we go. I'm having weird bugs with my editor where it keeps like... For some reason, it just keeps like going back to the old moment. But if I pause and unpause, then it should be fine. So yeah, you may just occasionally hear like boop boop. Did I just... No, I just... I thought I had forgotten to cut out the bit where I warped to my Eve transfer window. No, it was just me transferring to... It was just me warping to my mid-course correction burn. So I was scared I'm gonna miss it because I'm very impatient. I'm very impatient for the next Star Wars movie, which is coming out next year in December, which is over a year and a half to wait. I mean, a year and a quarter to wait. It's coming in December 22nd, 2023. So yeah, I think that's it. So here we are. You can see I'm trying to get a nice close Eve encounter. I'm trying to get about 120 kilometers above the surface. I can't see. But you guys, if you watch videos in 1080p, then you should be able to see. But I can't see. So I can't see. I can't see, so I can't see. That's my logic. So see, if you see a very horseshoe, well, it's gone. It's back. So if you see a very horseshoe-shaped encounter, that means you've got a very efficient encounter, which means that your circularization burn will be very minimal. So as you can see, I've got a nice V-shaped encounter, and you want to make sure to set Gilly as your target. So, and make sure that your periapsis is on the descending node, I think. Yeah, descending node is aligned with the descending node of Gilly. This will make it much easier to get the encounter. So yeah, there we go. I am now flying. Why is it so slow? And yeah, it's back to sped up footage. Yeah, it's back to sped up. We can see Bob Kerman. He is having a nice time. You guys have seen him since the beginning of the video, but I am blind, so I just saw him now. So yeah, now we're time warping to Eve, and so once we get to Eve periapsis, we're gonna have to do a retrograde burn. We're not gonna aero brake because aero braking at Eve is dangerous. It's like dangerous. I made a really weird voice because to show off how dangerous it is to aero brake at Eve. I've never done it because it's so dangerous. Eve's atmosphere is so thick and we've got no heat shields. We would burn to crumbs in minutes. Yeah, in minutes. Even seconds, maybe. We would be dead instantly. We would spontaneously be dead, obliterated, gone for good. Yeah, and Bob Campbell would of course be dead, and that would be a very sad moment. out for Alexandria Aerospace Agency. That would be a sad moment. So as you can see, I'm doing a retrograde burn. And so what I'm not burning yet, but I'm doing the maneuver node. So what I'm trying to get is a very oval shaped. I guess elliptical would have worked. I'm trying to get a very elliptical orbit. All you want is to burn retro just until you have an orbit. That's it. It's gonna be extremely oval shaped, very elongated. But that's all you need. And at the apoapsis you go very slow. At the apoapsis of that very oval orbit, you're gonna be going very slow, like less than 50 meters per second. That's so slow. That's faster than humans run. So it is still quite fast in Japan. But here we are. We are coming at some 5,000 meters per second, as I can see. And our burn is only about, I can't see, but it's not much because we got a very efficient encounter. So it's not much because we got a really, really efficient encounter. It's gonna be nothing. Like nothing. Just nothing. Yep. Basically, I'm burning. And here it goes. We are about to see a... Yay! It's elliptical. It wasn't exactly what I want. And now you want to burn prograde until your periapsis is just crossing with Gilly's orbit. So just... And I'm not crossing because I'm just waiting. And there we go. I got an encounter with Gilly, which is amazing. We're gonna be going to the minuscule moon, and as you can see, we are going really, really slowly. I told you about 37 meters per second, I think. I don't know because the screen is extremely small and extremely blurry. So we are now executing the burn. Maybe, yeah, now we're executing the burn. And I just decided to focus on Gilly just so that we could have a nice encounter with Gilly. Now, your periapsis height matters? No, it doesn't at all matter. Why didn't I say it the right way? It doesn't at all matter. The reason is because Gilly it has such a small gravity well that the Oberth Effect doesn't even exist. I just decided to go bing bang boom. What did I get? There we go. That's what I got, so that's it. And then I'm just gonna burn prograde. It's really hard. Gilly is so small that everything is so like... Oh, I'm so sorry. I just had a call. My father called me. So there we go. Now I just paused right here because now is the second part. I did this another day, which is me getting to Gilly. Here we are in Gilly's face. In Gilly's sphere of influence. I should redo this, but again, my usual commentaries, I never redo anything. I just pause commentaries. So there we go. I just had a... No. What am I saying? I'm insane. Yeah, I'm doing some science from space high above Gilly. And you can see the moon looming in our... It's basically an asteroid. You can see it's got a very ugly shape. It looks like a potato. It looks like a very odd-shaped potato. So here we are. It looks like a patat. So now we are retrograde burning until... And there we go. We've got a... And I just decided to continue burning until... No, I didn't continue burning. Because I wanted to land on the light side. Because as usual, YouTube makes videos much darker, which is why I decided to land on the light side. So we are now landing on Gilly. Now, Gilly, I'm folding the thing back, but Gilly has a very interesting way of landing on. Because it's basically the same as docking. Because what I'm doing here is I'm basically going to be burning until my speed is 0 or... Yeah, until my speed is 0, and then just gonna cruise down. Now, once I get nice and close, then I'm gonna retrograde burn. Now I'm burning. Bzz, bzz, bzz. Let's see us burning. You can't hear anything anyway. So I'm just gonna make sounds. So now you can see I'm burning, and I started getting I realized I was in orbit mode, so I just changed to surface mode by right clicking or left clicking. I don't remember, but right or left clicking on the little thing, and there we go. Right clicking on the little thing. The little thing telling your speed or velocity. And here we are, we have now landed. I think I landed at like 0.4 meters. Unless, at least being under 1 meter per second should be good. If you're any more than that, you're just going to bounce up back in orbit. And that's going to be annoying, because I've done this mission another time and I just bounced back in orbit, which was really annoying. So here I am, I'm taking all the signs. You can see the signs just passing at light speed, and I just physical time warped until the vessel just was back on the ground. And here we can see not Jebediah, Bob Kerman planting the legendary Alexandria Aerospace Agency flag, which I made on my own in Microsoft Paint, which is rubbish, but I made it, so I'm proud of myself. And now I just decided to point towards 90-degree vector. I don't know why, because I made this mission quite a long time ago. That was like quite a few months ago. So I don't remember anything about this. So here I am going back into orbit. Here we are going into orbit, and then I'm just gonna get myself into an Eve orbit. I just point. And then something weird happened. Oh, nothing weird happened. And I'm in orbit. I'm in Eve orbit. So now I'm just gonna wait. Now is gonna be interesting. That's where the interesting things happen. And I realized I hadn't let my antenna out. So the interesting things are gonna happen now. Well, so I tried to get a direct encounter and it didn't work. So one way of doing it is doing like I'm doing, but it's gonna be extremely inefficient. But I've got a lot of delta V. I don't remember. Yeah, I think I did it this way, and I warped to a Eve to Kerbin transfer window, and I tried to get a direct encounter. One thing you can do is basically lower your orbit until you're very close to Eve's surface, and then after that you just burn outwards. Will I be doing this? Yeah, that's what I'm doing. So until my periapsis is about 120 kilometers above the surface, and then I now do another burn to try and get a Kerbin encounter. Now that's the most efficient way, and it's sort of counterintuitive. Most people think that's because of the Oberth Effect, which states that if you're closer to a planet, then you're going to be traveling faster. So getting closer to the planet's surface means that I'm getting closer, which makes sense. It's almost like falling down the gravity well. If I'm far away, I'm only at the beginning of the gravity well. I'm not traveling very far. But the more I get close to the planet, I'm getting deeper into the gravity well, which means that I'm going much faster. And the Oberth Effect states that if you do a prograde or retrograde burn at your periapsis, you're going to be you're going to have a much efficient burn. Because if you're going faster, that means if you're going to wing faster, you're going to use this energy plus the extra velocity you're going to put. So you've already got a kick boost of velocity. You're already going fast. All you need to do is a much smaller burn to get back up. So there we go. We are doing this burn. I'm burning. I think I'm getting quite close to the surface. This is probably not going to be much in sync, because I think there's a little bit of delay when I start the commentary and end the commentary. There's saliva on my iPad, which is disgusting. I nearly burped right there. That's the most disgusting thing I've ever done. If I'm gonna burp, I'm at least gonna pause the commentary, because people are gonna dislike the video whilst we're here, you know what? Don't forget to destroy the subscribe button, obliterate the like button, and of course, don't forget to completely incinerate. Oh my god. Don't forget to completely incinerate the notification bell. Why it's happening? Oh, nothing. Just a little bit of lag. Oh no. I'm just gonna pause. I just paused because now it was really in sync because of lag. So I just got myself a Kerbin encounter. Yeah, I got myself a Kerbin encounter. Here we go, we're getting a Kerbin encounter. Yoo-hoo, uluru. Here we are, getting a Kerbin encounter. Yeah, yippee. So we've got a Kerbin encounter. It's not gonna be very interesting, the Kerbin encounter. I'm just gonna deploy everything, and we're gonna actually have some nice fireworks, but there we go. I'm trying to get a nice close encounter, about 30 kilometers above the surface. That should be good. That's what I always aim for, because that's the best point. You're not going to be going too fast nor too slow. That's just out of experience. I always recommend you go at about... Here I am just fishing for thumbnails. I just got a green shot. So here we go. Bing, bing, boom. I'm making a quick save. So I don't have much to say. There's 3 minutes left, approximately. 3 minutes, so about a minute delay. Whatever. Really, nothing's in sync with this commentary. Really, you know what? The footage does the talking. I really don't need to do commentaries. I could just put some elevator music, but I expect people to prefer these sorts of commentaries. Well, it's definitely more entertaining, and I don't watch very many music videos. I don't like the music. Well, I like the music, it's just like annoying too. And then sometimes I just have to read, and it's like, I don't like reading. I'd rather just listen to someone speaking. There's probably no music. Maybe I'll add some music. You know what? I'll add some music in this video. The previous video, which was a Doodoo Ghost video, Minecraft, I did not add any music, but I'm too lazy to, because I've already rendered it. I'm too lazy. So here we are now coming close to Kerbin, and you can see Kerbin with beautiful clouds. That's of course environmental visual enhancements and scatterer making the beautiful planet. And of course I used the astronomer's texture pack, or whatever it's called, but I think it's the astronomer's thing. I used to use stock visual enhancements textures, but I decided to switch to astronomer's visual pack because it looks better. Yeah, and we can see the beautiful, well, they are gone, but we saw the beautiful fireworks, and here we are now coming down to the beautiful beautiful water. We did splash down, and here we are, we've touched down back at Kerbal Space Center. I went up, I ran upstairs, and here we are in the R&D, research and development. I'm breathing really hard right now. I shouldn't have done this now, but you can see I'm just like speeding through, seeing what I would like. My next mission is gonna be Juna and Ike. I'm just gonna spoil it, because it's not gonna be in too long, maybe in a week time, 2 weeks. So here we are, I'm getting all of the tech I need, and I think this will be the end of the video. We've got 30 or so seconds left, and here we go. Good. We're getting a lot of science. We got a lot of science. I think we got 4,000 science, I think. So here we are going, choosing all of the things we want, and I think, so here we are, it's end. On the right hand side is a playlist, on the left hand side is a video for you, and of course don't forget to like and subscribe.